easier. Helps you find your balancing up here without having to worry about this part. So you can hold it there. The next thing, well actually, before I show you how to use the bow, let's talk a little bit about the strings. So you can put your violin back up, take this hand, and grab on to the corner of your fingerboard with your thumb. You can kind of balance there. And then you can take your index finger and pluck each string. This one, the tightest string, the most tension, is our highest string, and it's the E string. And the next one over is the A string. And then we have the D string. And then the G string. So you can practice plucking your strings and holding the violin at the same time. Now I'm going to move on to the bow. So this is what the bow looks like this is how it should look when you're storing it in the case. It's nice and loose. The hair, there's no space between the hair and the wood. So this is a loose bow, and that's how you should keep it in your case. You always want to make sure you loosen the bow when you're done using it. But when you're ready to play, then you need to tighten it, and you need to be careful not to tighten the bow too much. This is about ideal for this bow. You can put a finger through. If it was too tight, the bow would be I can get almost 2 fingers through there. That's too tight. And a lot of people make the mistake of making their bow too tight, but if you do that often enough and leave it that way, it will warp your stick, so you don't want to do that. You also don't want it too loose. This would be more too loose. I can't get my finger through. And when I play, the hair is going to collapse onto the wood and make scratchy sounds. So you want to make sure you get your bow tight enough, like that. That's pretty good. Then you need to make sure you have enough rosin on your bow. This is my rosin. This is dark rosin, but for you it doesn't really matter. You can use light rosin or dark rosin. I don't think that there's really any special kind of brand that you need either, just as long as you've got good working rosin. If it's brand new rosin, you'll need to scratch it up with something, some sandpaper or a coin, something that you can rough the surface of it up a little bit. Otherwise, when you go to put it on your bow, none will come off. So you need to, if it's brand new rosin, make sure that you rough it up a little bit before you try to use it. Also, if you have a brand new bow, it will not have any rosin on it. So if you try to play with it, it will not make any sound. And some people think, oh my gosh, what's wrong with my violin or my bow? You just need a lot of rosin. So if you have a brand new bow, you're probably going to need to rosin for a good 3 or 4 minutes maybe of constant rosining before the hair gets enough rosin on it, since it's brand new. If it's not brand new, then you don't need to rosin too often. Maybe once a week for you as a beginner is all you'll need. You don't need to rosin every day. I don't even rosin every day. If I'm playing for 4 hours or more, then I'll rosin every day. But if you're only playing for half an hour or so a day, once a week will probably do. So when you rosin, I hold the bow just in a fist. I wrap my thumb around the frog where it's kind of pokey, sharp, I don't know, it can crack your rosin. So I just wrap my hand around it like this. There's no special way to do it really. And hold the rosin in this hand and just run it all the way down the stick. And if this isn't a new bow, then a few times will probably work. Sometimes there's certain areas that need a little more, so maybe my upper half I would put a little more, or the frog area. But so if this isn't a brand new bow, then a couple just like that, and that's probably good to go.